Over the years, you have become much more political in your humor.
I did not want to.
You say that after Donald Trump went after migrants coming into this country without documentation, that you felt you couldn't stay silent.
Well, I don't support undocumented people coming across the border. You know, I just cannot allow somebody to demonize a certain group of people.
What's up, everybody? Major retired Richard Ojeda here, and in a candid interview on Chris Wallace's Max series, comedian George Lopez took center stage to address the contentious topic of Donald Trump's immigration policies. With his characteristic humor and wit, Lopez didn't hesitate to denounce Trump's approach, stressing the fundamental importance of embracing individuals from diverse backgrounds.
This is America. You know, everybody used to be welcomed, and for somebody to, you know, point the light at people that, you know, I'm sure this country benefits from their work every day. I just don't think that those people should be made to feel like they're the reason America is the way that it is.
Wallace's questions set the stage for a raw and unfiltered discussion, highlighting Lopez's unwavering stance on the issue of immigration. Reflecting on his own comedy special where he mocked Trump's border wall plans, Lopez emphasized the importance of not allowing anyone to demonize a particular group of people.
Today, in 2024, what do you think of Donald Trump?
I have to say, I'm surprised that somebody can be so racially out with their views targeted toward people, you know, tainting the blood and all these things are very reminiscent of, you know, Nazi Germany, you know.
Poisoning the blood.
Poisoning the blood. I mean, vermin, whole countries and all those things. I don't think of him much as a president, and I think less of him as a man.
He spoke of America as a land of diversity and opportunity, where everyone deserves to be welcomed regardless of their background. Lopez adamantly opposed the notion of scapegoating migrants for societal issues, stressing that they contribute to the country's prosperity and should not be made to feel responsible for its challenges. During the interview with Chris Wallace, Lopez expressed his dismay at the current GOP frontrunner for the 2024 presidential election, highlighting the candidate's racially charged remarks reminiscent of Nazi Germany's rhetoric. Ultimately, Lopez concluded that he didn't see Donald Trump as suitable for the presidency and held even less respect for him as an individual. The truth about the situation is that southern border is indeed clear. Migrants are not smuggling drugs like fentanyl into the United States, as verified by Border Patrol reports. Much of the illegal transport of drugs is blamed on American citizens going across the border to Mexico to visit pharmacies. However, despite this factual evidence, certain media outlets, including Fox News and political figures like Donald Trump, and some within the GOP like Marge the Trainwreck Green, persist in spreading falsehoods and incendiary rhetoric.
Joe Biden's 5 million illegal aliens are on the verge of replacing you, replacing your jobs, and replacing your kids in school. And coming from all over the world, they're also replacing your culture. And that's not great for America.
Their spreading of misinformation creates a distorted narrative that the mainstream media struggles to combat effectively. The looming possibility of a second presidency under Donald Trump represents an extreme departure from American norms, with the former president openly embracing authoritarian tendencies and vengeful rhetoric against his political adversaries. Trump's repeated assertions of absolute authority and his desire for retribution against perceived enemies cast a shadow over the future of American democracy, raising concerns about the erosion of fundamental principles and the rule of law. Despite comparisons with past dictators and warnings from critics, Trump's appeal among a significant segment of the Republican base underscores the challenges facing those who seek to defend democratic norms and institutions in the face of his authoritarian aspirations. The reluctance of the Republican Party to challenge Donald Trump's authoritarian impulses further exacerbates the situation, with many prominent figures either remaining silent or actively supporting his divisive agenda. Let's all take a cue from George Lopez and stand against the demonization of immigrants and the dangerous rhetoric pushed by Donald Trump. It's way past time to reject the idea that immigrants are villains and are deserving of violence to be perpetuated against them. Trump's appeal to hate is just plain wrong. It's all up to us to shut down this kind of toxic talk. Let's embrace compassion and understanding for those seeking a better life and put an end to the divisive language that tears us apart. And that is a fact. Sappers, clear the way. Airborne all the way.